Brady finally get a regular season win versus my Saints?
I'm going to say they win by a field goal. I'm going to say they win a very close ball game. Division games are always tough.
New Orleans wins.
No. I'm saying the Bucs.
The Bucs. Okay.
I'm saying Tom will finally get revenge.
Okay.
Division games are always tough. And I don't know, for whatever reason, Dennis Allen and the Saints defense has done a great job of confusing Tom Brady, with the exception of that playoff game. But I think that playoff loss was more on the offense than on the defense.
I agree.
But I like what I saw from Tampa. Tampa decided they're going to run the football. It seems like the Cowboys was playing Tom to run it, and to throw the ball a lot more than what he did. And Leonard Fournette was having seams to run the football. They lined it up, and they just out-physical the Cowboys up front and did a great job of that. So it adds more, because normally when you go and play Tampa, you're thinking Tom Brady, shut down Tom, shut down Tom, shut down Tom. Mm-hmm. But what they've done is that they've shown we're not afraid to run the football. So if you think you know what we're going to do, you have no idea. Now, obviously, the really good offenses can vary week to week. Some teams might be able to throw it a little bit more one week and then running a little bit more the next week. But I think with Tom being able to do what he did on Sunday, and that's the Tampa offense being as versatile as they were, I think this is the first time that they're going with an offense that's versatile enough to confuse. And so now they just can't pin their ears back and get after Tom. It's going to be a very interesting matchup, especially if Donovan Smith can't play the left tackle. Because and Todd Bowles was saying it's going to come down to a pain tolerance. Mm-hmm. How much pain can he tolerate?
Hyperextended elbow.
Yeah. Hyperextended is not as bad as being how bad is it hyperextended? It's not dislocated, because, man, I dislocated my elbow, and I was out 4 weeks. It's painful. And even when I come back, if I got jarred a certain way, Skip, man, that pain.
No, I got it. This just got bent back the wrong way.
Yeah.
And so all the ligaments and all the everything's sore.
Yeah.
But it's up to you. It's not broken.
I don't believe he's going to be able to play. If I had to guess, even if he got a pretty good bit, Skip, that thing is painful. I've had it. Basically my arm, like it bends like this, mine went the other way. So, and I had to wear a brace, and even after the 4 weeks, it was still painful.
Okay, but Donovan Smith doesn't have to catch football.
Yeah, but Skip, he got to block 300-pound men.
I got it. Shannon Sharpe, in Tom Brady's 23-year career, nobody has ever had his number quite like Dennis Allen and that defense has in these 4 regular season games, because it hadn't even been close.
No.
And
they've sacked him at least 5 times, and I think all of them.
And in the 2 games at New Orleans regular season, pick 6 in each game.
Yep.
Tom Brady threw a pick 6 in each of those games.
Right.
His first game ever as a Buccaneer, he threw a pick 6, and then even the game last year, late in the game, he threw a pick 6. Mm-hmm. We can go back to Ray Lewis and company. Did they have Tom's number? Well, he got them, and they got him some. They were always battles to the wire. But this is an average score of 29-13. That's what Dennis Allen and company have beaten them, the Bucs and Brady, 29-13. And the scores were 34-23 in that first game, the opener, going back to the first year in New Orleans, 34-23. Then remember, Drew Brees and company came on a Sunday night to Tampa and beat them 38-3.
Yeah.
You might chalk that one up as Brady's worst game of his career.
Yeah, it was bad.
Remember, he just threw one up to Gronkowski at the end that got picked?
Yeah.
Remember that? Then last year at New Orleans, it was 36-27. At least they sort of hung him, and then he throws the pick 6.
Got the late pick, pick 6.
Yeah. And then at home, in the Chris Godwin Memorial game, when he tore his ACL, and remember, Brady went after Dennis Allen over the sideline. Sorry. Right?
I think it was Malcolm Jenkins. I think he went low on him and said that was.
He did.
I think he said it was unnecessary hit.
That was at Tampa, New Orleans 9, Brady 0. 9-0 has your number. And I told you when Brady decided to come back, which I knew he would, he talked about unfinished business. And to me, a part of that unfinished business, even though he's all about the postseason, but a part of that unfinished business starts with this game Sunday at New Orleans, because he's 0 for 4 against them in the regular season. Part of unfinished is, I'm going to sweep them. If, in fact, this becomes Tom's last year, he wants to sweep the Saints, by going home and away first and then back home.
Right.
And beating them twice this year. And obviously they're capable, but Dennis Allen has won me completely over because he knows how to ungoat the goat.
Because what do? They get after Tom.
Do they?
They've sacked him, I think, an average of 5 times per game, and that's what you have to do. You have to get him up that point. And with Donovan Smith being out of the ball game, it's going to be a lot easier. Does Leonard Fournette have to chip? They got 4 guys that can go get after the quarterback. The back end is pretty solid, but everything is predicated on pass rush. When you play Tom Brady, can we get him off that spot? We've got to get him from that little restricted area skill, like the size of a basketball lane, and the depth from a free throw line to the goal. We got to get him out of that.
And remember, they got away with it at Dallas on Sunday night, but they were starting a kid at center who's never played center in his life, and they're starting a left guard who's a raw rookie. Right?
And then you might be starting somebody at left tackle that doesn't.
You might. It was Josh Wells who came in as the backup. I don't know. Boy, that's just scary, scarier, right?
Well, you definitely don't want to have any more injuries on your offensive line.
And you definitely don't want to have an injury at quarterback, right?
Oh, no. Who is that? Blaine Gabbert or somebody that back up? Yeah. No, you're not going anywhere.
Trask, I don't know. Blaine Gabbert.
Yeah, you're not winning. You're not winning without Brady.
Well, I would say. So he didn't come back to go down. So he's in some harm's way this time without Chris Godwin because the first ball Godwin caught at Dallas the other night, that took my breath away because he looked explosive.
He did. He looked good. Looked like he had fresh legs.
And then he goes down to catch another ball, and the hamstring goes. And as you pointed out yesterday, sometimes you're overcompensating. You're trying to protect, and the other thing goes, right? So he's gone for several weeks, they said. So he is not going to be a factor at New Orleans.
But the best thing you still got Julio. You still have Russell Gage. And so I think Julio's big. As long as Julio stays healthy. Julio is not the intermediate because Chris Godwin run all those jailbreaks, run the little shallow crosses, that meat and potato stuff. Julio trying to get downfield, and he can still get down the field.
I
mean, they know. I mean, they're very familiar with Julio in that division.
And you got playoff Lenny going home.
Yes.
And I'm sure he would like to eat and eat some more.
No. You mean that figuratively, not literally.
Not literally.
Because he going home,
I don't care how much he weighed the other night. He was carrying his weight. He was throwing it around.
I heard Beignets did good this time of year.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I ain't had him.
You know, some guys can just run heavy. You know, like he looks like a guy who just carries his.
Yeah, but he's a big man. I mean, he's a large man. He's never going to be 215 again.
No.
he's large.
Yeah. So I think Brady will be possessed to win this game. I think he wanted to win this game with Chris Godwin, for Chris Godwin, and now he can only win it for Chris Godwin, right?
He got his work cut out for him.
Remember, they got some new faces in the secondary. There's no more Malcolm Jenkins, but there is a Honey Badger. I know he's nicked, but I assume and it's Marcus May.
Yeah, and Lattimore, there's no love lost between Lattimore and Mike Evans.
They get after.
They get after each other. So that's going to be a very interesting matchup. But everything is predicated on that front seven.
Yeah.
How often can you get to Brady and put him on the ground? How often can you make him pick himself up or stick his hand so an offensive lineman can help him up off the turf? Because that goes a long way, and I think that has a lot to do with them being able to beat him 4 straight times in the regular season. I
got the GOAT because he's the one man you do not bet against. I bet against him last Sunday night, and I lost.
I told you not to.
Yeah.
You bet with them no good for nothing Cowboys. Yeah, You're going to lose some more, too. Because guess what? You're going to bet me. You're going to bet me some more because you start feeling good. Cooper Rush will win a game. And you're like, I bet you 5 cases. It's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. I know you. You can't help yourself.
I'm going to walk you right into my trap. And it's already starting. The trap is set.
No, that's you. Oh, Cooper Rush. I like Cooper. You see what he did last year.
Yeah.
Okay. Say no more. Say no more.
Well, I'll say this. Beignets taste great any time of year, guys. Shannon, I've got to get you some.
Yeah, well, send me a skip some.
I'm going to send you some.
Okay,
although
thank you.
They're better, warm, fresh, out of Cafe Du Monde.
Okay.
That Superdome's going to be rocking Sunday. I can't wait.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.